Hello, good morning, Daddy Chris here from SRTV London. I'm here today. The show is Wake Up Nigeria. This is where we take a look at some of the things that are happening. As you know, we are not only interested in politics. That's what some people think. We just discuss politics. No, we are interested in, even in our entertainment world. We look at our educational sector. We look at our agri, how we can feed ourselves. But at the end of the day, it boils down to one thing: management. And management is politics. So if you say all we talk about is politics, you're maybe right. Life is politics. In your home, you run politics. That's what we do here. We take a look at where Nigeria is going, where we're coming from, and perhaps where we are as a people. Today, a lot is happening on the dailies. We're going to take a look at that. But sometimes I really want you guys to participate in this show by joining. Actually, you can join the show. If you want to be part of this show, we'll probably send you a link. Just let us know. We will look at your background and we'll see if we are discussing anything that you might be able to contribute. We invite you to join the show. We'll be looking at that as we move on so that it's more interactive. We'll get the audience to participate. And if we are on and you want to call, the line will be open from tomorrow, where you can call the line that is on the screen. And if you have anything that concerns you, just give a call and we'll hear from you. Okay, today is the 23rd. Let me first thank all those that celebrated me yesterday. I'm a year older now. Now I'm no more 56. I'm 57 years old, and sooner or later I'll be 58. You see the back, don't they hang? Kai, this is how quick person go old, person go to die. Well, that's how God created the world. We come, we eat, we go. But thank you for celebrating me. And I want to thank Princess. I want to thank Mary, these two beautiful women, for making my day special. Wherever I was yesterday, I was smiling and giggling, and people. In fact, in the meeting where I was, I don't want to tell you guys that I was in the class. This woman was in the class yesterday. And all of them, they just came into the celebration. Let me just really bring these two women in. They are very important to me this morning. Princess, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Daddy Chris. Good morning, sir.
Morning. Mary, let me add you too. Morning, Mary. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning, Daddy.
Yeah, let me start by saying thank you to two of you. You guys made my day yesterday. I was in the class, and when that video was playing, everybody joined the celebration because I didn't want to talk about it. Apparently,
I wanted to say God word. All thanks to Princess Casey. She pulled this
yeah,
like
you know,
I was like God word. When will I experience this kind of thing?
Princess Casey is a master planner now. Only she has other issues that we have to deal with, but Princess Casey is a master planner. You know what she did? Let me cut the long story short. I was there, and so I put my earpiece, and I was trying to sneak. I was in the class, and I was watching you guys because that is the only way
Wow.
I can be part of both. And then they caught me. You know, they said, "What are you doing? You should be part of this." One of my boys, and then he come to see. Hey, he say, "Hey, today is your birthday," and everybody celebrated me yesterday. It was awesome. It was awesome. I always go there with this small fruit, and everybody take a piece of the fruit yesterday. Really, it was joyful. That
That's it.
morning,
If you give in Nigeria, here it's not fruit though. You take them to beer, you buy a lot of beer for them. Cold one, chilled one.
the difference in UK is that if you invite people to your birthday like that, they come with their own drink. You
But I
see,
seriously,
we go to birthday, we carry a bottle of wine. That's what we do. So as we get
wow.
there, we put wine down. We contribute. Yes, that's different. So they don't break your bank like people do in Nigeria. Anyway, I'm grateful. Yesterday was a wonderful day. Thanks, guys. And I want to use the opportunity to thank all those that celebrated me online as well. The Facebook, I couldn't go there. I was scared because too many. I don't know how to even say thank you. I will write something. You know that the usual writing to say thank everybody. But let me just use my mouth to say thank you. I appreciate for all of you that celebrated me yesterday. That's one thing we go on. We walk, and my father said, "Okay, so this, you guys have just done what I need to do. What you need to do for me. Happy you're doing this while I'm alive. So when I'm gone one day, I know you guys will celebrate me. That's all we live for. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I'm grateful. All right.
Yeah, well,
Today is the 23rd, and you guys are looking good already. Princess Casey is in London. Mary is in Abuja. I don't know what's happening with Lagos, but if we get him, we'll add him to the show. Yes, a lot is happening on the papers, on the dailies, and really, really, really much is to be said. I don't know where we are as a country. Are we progressing or we are retrogressing? With the political dynamics, with the way Labour and the federal government is fighting it, What about the state? Are the state actually doing the needful? That things we need to be examined. So today I was going to make the topic very broad. Uh, where are we as a people? Let's take a note because you can't talk about where we are if you don't take a note of where we're coming from. So historically, where was Nigeria? Was this how we've always been? Have we been always redundant? Maybe we have never really understand what is called independence. Because, princess, and I'm going to put this to two of you this morning. From day one, Nigeria got independence, right? And the essence of independence is that you will run your own economy. Let's use this is the key word. Until then, the British were there, they were only controlling our economy. They would produce what they want and take to England. When it becomes our turn, it was our turn to produce and manage our own resources. So at the end of the day, when people don't understand what I always say, politics independence should be more about economic, not about political independence. Who was shaming you? Were the British were they beating you? Were you in captivity? No, they were controlling your economy. Now it was time for us to control our economy. How well have we done as a people? Looking at where we're coming from, let me just put some things in context here. Before the first time when Nigeria was into these three divisions, I mean the West, or Awolowo was there, Nnamdi Ezekwe was in the East, and Tafawa Balewa was in the North. They were running their own economy, all right. And Awolowo made a lot of progress. That was when Awolowo was able to bring the first radio, TV station in the whole. In fact, we had TV station before from some countries in Europe. That was the pace of our progress as a people. You understand? Then we have the Granite Pyramid in the north. There was massive progression. You understand? From that side. And of course, I think what happened is when they now discovered oil, we forgot what is called independence, which is that economic independence, trying to save ourselves. And all we fight for on a daily basis, military taking over. And when military take over, all they see is how to share the national cake. It has been the sharing of the national cake till today. And my question tonight, when you look at that history in context, are we still sharing national cake today? If that is the case, are we independent?
Some of the major headlines today across our dailies, our current affairs, boils down to uh, the first anniversary of the president. And we see other statesmen, a lot of them that have been reacting to the first year in office of Tinubu. Of course, even the ex-president yesterday again released a statement. He did say that we need to re-examine the kind of system we inherited from the West is not something that is actually favoring us because it has done us no good. And then also,
That's Obasanjo himself, right?
Obasa just said
Yes,
that.
he has been ringing that bell. He has been ringing
Yes,
it.
he has been ringing that bell. And of course, we know elder statesman as well, Usman Bugaji is a very he's an elder statesman that we all reckon with. And he said also that the first year of the president in office has done more harm than good. Is no longer renewed hope. As the president Tinubu will tell me then, when he was campaigning, he did say is a renew hope agenda and all that. But he said that we had the man yesterday on the live show where he said it's all about renewed fraud because he actually thought somebody like Tinubu, knowing fully well how rich Tinubu is, coming into power, coming into office, he would have been able, to address a lot of issues and the benefits of the people. But that very under his watch, under his nose, we've seen a lot of looting. A lot of people also, are stealing, and then you say you want to convict the past administration. That is the same thing as usual, of them coming to loot as much as they can in the name of governance. That was a very topical issue yesterday that trended on X. A lot of people actually reacted to uh, this statement from Usman Bugaji. because it's somebody that is just like ambassador. They don't speak so much, but when they speak, people tend to, react to their statements.
Yes, these are people that won't just they mean well. You can imagine. Thank you.
And
Let me.
that is coming on the heat of the federal government apologizing to Nigerians, saying that apologizing over hardship being faced by the people, saying that the policies they put in place right now are necessary and they already yielding results. This is according to Tinubu, and now this is what a lot of other statesmen have been reacting to, that they thought that somebody like Tinubu, based on what he did in Lagos State as a governor, they actually expected so much more from him. But just maybe Nigeria is not Lagos. Nigeria is way bigger than Lagos. But they actually had the expectations that Tinubu would have done so much right now, the kind of policies. And they see it also that Tinubu is not, being careful, like what Usman said. Tinubu is not being careful. Here, it tends not to look into, some of these policies. The thing with our presidency. They don't know. Sometimes they just have to sign. Sometimes they just have to agree. They don't sit down. They don't have a concrete discussion with the people. And then, even these days, how many fake meetings are we having in a week? In the days of ex-president Jonathan, we know that fake meeting was twice in a week, and there is nothing except, of course, the president is not in the country. We know that the vice president will take charge of that meeting, but we know that the fake meeting usually comes twice in a week. That's, I think, Tuesday and Thursday, where they discuss national issues. And so the president there was always abreast with issues as regarding anything national. But now you see, hardly they do fake meeting once in a week, and sometimes the presidents are not always there. The vice president, you can see that our vice president is not as active as he ought to be. And then a lot of criticism since yesterday. And so, if you ask me that question based on what I just said and the reactions we're getting so far, I don't think we're really practicing, true democracy. Because the essence of, democracy is equity. Is it equity they call it, or equity? I can't. I can't. Mhm. Justice, but that
Yes.
is far from what we're seeing right now. It's still the same looting, it's still the same old pattern of governance. Like other statement have been saying, Tinubu, somebody that did so much, is a jagaban in Lagos. He actually brought policies that actually lifted Lagos State, but we've not seen anything like this. Even though he's saying that the policies are necessary and they're already yielding result, Nigerians should bear with the hardship that everything will be okay.
Yeah, princess, and I will allow Mary to chip in a little bit. But what I'm concerned is, I really want us to understand the fundamentals of independence. That's where my contest. That's why I really want this, and I wish I have those other statements to ask them these difficult questions. You understand? You say you want to have an independent. The priority would be to build your own economy. You understand? Be independent, meaning we can feed ourselves. There was a time during Obasanjo time in those days. There was this slogan, Operation Feed the Nation. You understand? But again, that would be on a primary goal, Operation Feed the Nation. But perhaps what we should be judging Tinubu on today is not it's not about the hardship really. It's about understanding the primary aim of governing yourself, the primary aim of saying we want to have independence. Independence we have now. Let's add Princess Kesiba back. We got independence now. We want to have independence, we got it. But do we understand the meaning of independence? Are we being judged on that basis? That is the question of the day. You understand? Like I quietly analyze from the time the military took over, from that first structure. I'm not interested in the structure, whether it is north, south, that's not my interest. But at that time, these the three people, or other, the three divisions that makes up Nigeria, they were focusing on productivity. They knew that they had to feed themselves, they had to be independent. You understand? They were giving something to the rest of the world. The not the whole world knew He need to make money. So he went, even though he was providing free education, he was trying to make money from cocoa. The groundnut pyramid was there. You understand? And the other people were known for, in fact, yesterday somebody talked to me and we were talking about the coal city. Enugu were known for producing coal. You understand? These are things we were doing. But from the time the military took over, that's why I really want to fight the military. And we're going to talk about military today a little bit. They should stay where they belong. See, by the time the military came over, it was all about sharing the Nigerian. In fact, first, it was Aguiyi Ironsi that started it. He merged the country together. I said there should be no north, south. Okay, fine. Let us be one. A unitary system of government. It can work. It's not necessarily bad. But what is it focused on? Is it focused on how you share the money? Or is it about we being producing things that we can give to the rest of the world so we can be strong and feed ourselves first? Let's even talk about feeding ourselves.
But sir, that question you're asking, you already know the answer to that question. Like I said, we know that it has been the same pattern. It's not about, it's not about us producing, giving to others, exporting, and we bring it growth to the country. Each time people campaign, especially at the federal level, they
Yes.
come with different mantra, they come with different policies, which people tend to key into,
But do we ask them,
hoping.
Princess, do we really understand that we need to judge our leaders on the basis of these important things? Because sometimes it is how they are able to share what we have. That's what makes them good president. You're talking about Tinubu now. Tinubu went into productivity. He understood taxation. You understand? In Lagos State. You understand? And he was looking at the infrastructure of Lagos State. He inherited a lot from Nigeria. Let's be clear. All right?
Yes.
Lagos inherited a lot from Nigeria. You understand? The infrastructure.
That's why they are where they are right now.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
they got a lot of help and all of that.
Yeah, a lot of help, and people were already living in Lagos. They were not ready to relocate. So it was the capital of Nigeria. They took advantage of that, and which is okay. I'm not saying so. They should not forget that we always say those whose palm kernel are cracked for them by benevolent spirits should not forget to be humble. Lagos did not get where they are from nowhere. They got most of it from Nigeria. But that comes again to one thing. My pain or my question today is, why is it that all our governance, all our interests from the time of the military till now, that's why let's take a look at that historical context. It's only how we share what we have. You understand? Oh, if I'm good, for president to be a good president, he go don't appoint enough. You see, when you look at their cabinet, it's how you share the thing according so that everybody is represented. That is why.
And that is because that Chris, they run a system, a government of paddy paddy. They run a government that once, for instance, now Tinubu came into power, Wike helped him, and now he had to return the favor. And now, because they are close pals, even though he's already charging the ministers as of today to make sure that they bring their scorecard to the table, what they've been doing for the past 1 year, so that Nigerians also will know that his administration, the ministers are up and doing. At the end of the day, we know that the president and of course most of the cabinet people is not bad. They don't appoint people based on credibility. They don't appoint people based on intelligence, like people we know. Okay, now there was a time during Buhari when the economy was really coming down, and people, experts both home and in diaspora, were calling on the president. At this point, we need to talk to Okonjo Iweala. We need to talk to the likes of Adesina, the likes of people, not even bringing them, just having a meeting with them.
Yes.
Let them advise us. Let's hear from them. What can we do? And then the president did not budge because, of course, he felt, why will I do that? I already have people in my cabinet that are capable. Even though then everybody knew very well these people were not up and doing. Is the economy we're talking about. At some point, we should need external bodies. We should need experts. We should need advice.
And these people are Nigerians. But again, let me say this to be fair. Politics is politics anyway. If somebody that helped me to win an election, I probably want to favor them. I don't want to work with them. I'm going to be more comfortable with them.
That
If
just maybe that is why we're where we are today.
no princess, but if the focus of the government is on the right thing, at least we'll be making progress. What I'm trying to look at today is if you see the military, all they do, let's give them more state. It's the Babangida that created more state that we remember. We clap for him today for creating more state. Thank you very much, sir. But you know what? The important thing you're saying now, okay, princess, let's look at this today. Infrastructure. You understand? All our presidency so far, when he leaves, after the political thing, is only to give us infrastructure. That's all Nigerian president have ever done. And the only thing that is saving us as a people today is because we have oil. Don't you ask yourself, if we don't have oil, where will the money be coming from? If Nigeria is not selling oil, which we are not doing anything about it, it's people that come to kill our oil.
Now that Chris, don't forget that we have other natural resources. Let's talk about gold. Let's talk about the minerals. Let's look at the northern part of the country.
Yes.
Especially at the middle belt. Let's take a case study from Jos or even Nasarawa. Do you know what these people have? And that is why we have the rate of illegal mining. Do you know the things they have? And because the federal government is so dependent on oil, it has been bringing money. It has been, of course, carrying the country for all these years. They are so reluctant. Let's look at agriculture.
Yes, thank you, Princess. This is my question of the day. You understand? Even not the stealing. I'm not interested. Even if you steal, I understand. But do they even understand what it means to say I am independent? So my pursuit is independent. Even if you steal, because what we have are a bunch of people who should be village headmasters coming to run the affairs of a nation as great as Nigeria. Look at what you just said now. You mentioned it now. You know, today I listened to this young man from South Africa, and he was saying that the concentration of platinum in South Africa and in Zimbabwe alone, which we have in abundance in Nigeria too, they need to come and see what we have. If we bring it out and sell it, oil will be nothing. You understand what I'm saying, Princess? But we seem not to get this message. It's like if a person comes to power, Tinubu can do, remove our oil subsidy. Is that why you became a president? You understand? You know, it's about these cheap policies. Everything we do, education, we do this. We give the people food. Do you understand? Palliatives. These are the things that makes us. Do we understand what it means to be independent? We have to understand it. Our leaders have to understand it. Then we go pursuing it. My concern today is it looks as if we don't even understand what is independence at all. The emphasis of what independence.
So, Daddy Chris, have you ever wondered what will become of Nigeria at a time or any point in time if we have a government that looks beyond, oil? We know that the oil is there, is sustaining us right now.
Probably they will kill him.
They
will probably kill the president on time, because if I don't think anybody will be happy with him, Princess. You know the problem, because that person will be touching areas.
Do you think it's easy to kill the president?
Huh?
So are you trying to tell me? Do you think it's easy to kill the president, no matter what he does, or no matter anything he does?
I'm just using the word kill. They probably will not allow him to stay. You understand? It's a metaphor. You understand? Because Princess rightly said, if you have a president that come with a purpose and say, hey, Africa, Nigeria, we are the biggest black nation on earth. We have it all. We're gonna be independent. You know what? In the next 1 year, Tinubu said there will be no importation of food from anywhere in the world. Meaning Nigeria will go into massive production of what? Food. And if we take loan to do that, today we'll be singing a new anthem. Tinubu is joking. He's a failure to the core. Nobody should even mention him, because if he understands what is governance and the potential, what we have in the Nigerian state, he might just say, okay, this year, we're going to bring out all our platinum. You understand? Let's look. Do you know how many golds we have in Nigeria? Probably have more gold than in Ghana. They are there. In the past, we have a place called the coal city. Have you seen children now are thinking about to bring coal from Enugu? The Enugu state government is waiting. As I'm talking to you, is waiting for what comes from the federal government. He's not thinking of the coal he has in the city. I know Berry, you are from there. That is coal city. Go and ask, why was Enugu called coal city? Today, it's so painful when you come from a country like this, so blessed. And when we say Nigeria is blessed, they think it's oil. And I'm disappointed that Nigerians sometimes, the intellectuals, the intellect, they so-called call themselves so-called lecturers. And I say, where are you people? You come from a land that is so rich. Then when they say Nigeria is rich, what does it mean? Somebody say, I am rich. What does that mean? It's the minerals that God has deposited in our soil. And he has given us the right intellectuals to talk on this mineral. And yet, we go to bed hungry. And it is because, you see where the problem is. We didn't understand if we had gone back to the days of Awolowo and Tafawa Balewa, they were going into what? They were able to grow what they had. Granite became a pyramid.
Even there were times when we're sporting cocoa, a lot of things like that. Now, let's look at let's even leave the federal now that decrease.
Yes.
Let's go down to the grassroots. Now, in each state, we have commissioners for this, for that. And we all know that the past commissioner for mineral resources or whatever in Plateau State was on our show just weeks ago. Now, these people that are being appointed as commissioner, what are they doing? Because sometimes if the state, I feel like if the state are actually very active, if they are putting their attention on something and they are independent, not relying solely on the government, maybe just that the government will now know that there is something we need to look at there.
Yes.
But even at the state level, we are not getting this from the state. They are all relying.
God will bless you, princess. I want to have a state. Is to do what? It boils down to what I said about Tinubu government. You understand? I want to have my own state. We want to have a state. Now you have the entire state. What are you doing with the state? Now you have Enugu state. What are you doing with Enugu state? Did they tell you to create Enugu state was to wait for money from federal government? Or so that you can then help to create, to develop what you have and tap on what you have on your natural resources. A state like Delta, where oil is, where the gas is flowing, we have no use for the gas. And yet you see a governor being clapped for constructing one stupid bridge. Better for people when in fact those of you clapping now, our children now they might take this way for it because it's painful, princess. You understand? You look at a state like the coal city. Mary, if they tell you what coal, all the TV, all the black stuff you have, they are made from coal. What coal can bring to Enugu state? So that you know why they are sitting there? It boils down to one thing. They're all waiting for one stupid money which will feed everybody, which is the oil coming from the federal government. Yes. That is our problem. And perhaps
you're not doing anything about it. Why is not saying
for us to move from it, the federal government have to understand it. The state have to understand it. That we need there's a meaning for independence. See, every time I talk, they said why people came to colonize us. Yes, they came for one thing, they came for what we have, economy. They didn't hate us. It was not a hatred thing. They come to tap on what you have. The question is, are you tapping that thing that they left for you? Do you even know what you have?
Look at Taraba State today. It's almost one of the poorest states in the country. Have you been to Taraba? Have you seen, the landscape? Have you seen their beautiful green area? Have you seen their mountain where people can go, tourists, can actually go out for sightseeing? Have you seen how beautiful Taraba is? But we see that even the commissioner for tourism, call him now and propose something, he will be looking lost. Why they are used?
Yes. How can you give what you don't have? Because one of my girlfriends looked me finish, he said, "You not blame me." He said, "I don't love her." He said, "Because I cannot give what I don't have." And I was looking at this girl. I said, "You're stupid." But she said something deep. You can't give what you don't have. If you don't have love, how can you give it? Do you understand? Princess, do you expect a leader, people in power who don't even understand what we are talking about, for their priority to be that? If you know what Tinubu priority is to maybe this toffee, I call them goody ideology. Or maybe come, Nigeria go clap for me and win the next election. Do you understand? So when I get the money, I share it among those people that work with me. And then, okay, after I give small Yoruba people, if you look at what he's doing now, you see Yoruba will take control now because they are in power. And this is not what we want.
It is sad. It is sad. You know, it is even more painful and heartbreaking that most of these commissioner at the state level that are supposed to even be, going into the, hook and corners, going, digging deep into the state to see what we have, to see how we can harness this, natural resources. Most time people bring proposal to them, most time people talk to them in meetings and they feel bored. Even in that place they are, they are governing, or the place they are supposed to, be abreast with what that particular sector is. I've been, I've been able to witness such a thing. I was like, okay, so why was he made the commissioner if, he's always, very bored, not interested in that sector? And
No,
so
Princess, it's not only the commissioner. Look at your Delta State House of Assembly. All right, sorry to cut you. God will bless you. You see this? Now, I'm happy they come up with something. You know what they could come up with? Yesterday, they brought the news to me and I published it. They formed a state census board to censor movies. All right? This is what they do to censor movies, which is a good thing. You understand? You know what is painful, Mary and Princess? Today is a sad day. What is the business of these people? See, we're talking of commissioners. You are fighting commissioners. What is the business of the House of Assembly? Do they know that their job is actually to talk about, make policy that will make us to be productive as a state? Now they know. Listen, they didn't know how Nollywood got to there. Nollywood got to Asaba by accident. Asaba is now known as, UNESCO recognized Asaba. This year, they'll be going to Portugal as one of the world creative city in films. All right, that's how big Asaba is. Now, you see, this thing happened to them by accident. Asaba is now what? A creative city for film. UNESCO recognized. The first thing they're going to think of is how to regulate it, which is okay. They were there when Junior Pope died, which is all right. You understand? But you know what is it? This kind of body called the Delta State House of Assembly, this is where the trouble is. Do they even understand that the essence of having a House of Assembly is to make law that will encourage productivity and make sure we are productive as a people? Princess, you know why I'm confused? If we cannot even take care of ourselves, simple policies that will take care of ourselves. If I tell you they've never discussed housing in this place, this House of Assembly you see there, because if this man government, rather than spending money to build one heavy bridge, which is not going to bring in one penny to the state, if Oboriwori had used that money to embark on building estates, I'm talking now and I'm crying in my soul. I'm 57 years old and I'm weeping. And I probably don't know how long I will be able to cry like this. If, as of today, if Oboriwori has embanked on, say, every local government, I will start with one. I'll build one estate. And if I don't have people to even occupy it, I will get local government people to take over. I will get my staff in the local government to go and stay there. I will be collecting the money back. That money will be enough for me to gather and build another housing estate. The private people are doing it. That's why they cannot pay people simple salary. You understand? The minimum wage we are talking about, I wish labor even can think outside the box. Labor are going to ask federal government money. Where are they going to get the money if they don't making it? If we can just be, oh God. I say only God put something in Peter Bismarck. That we need to move from this resources sharing into productivity. But Peter don't even understand what he was saying. But you know what? When you come out, I don't know, most of these pastors, when they sit down there, God put something in their mouth. I can tell you many times in my own case. I am saying now that if you can imagine what this Delta State government should be thinking of, but this is what they're thinking. It's not a bad policy. I'm not against what they just said, but you can imagine the kind of thing they discuss in that kind of a house. Go to all the House of Assemblies today in Nigeria. That's when you know we have a problem. They don't
in as much as we blame the lawmakers, I am not even leaving them out. But why I mentioned commissioner is that if a commissioner for tourism, for instance, you are supposed to look critically into that sector. and know how that sector will benefit the state which you represent.
Yes.
And it's not left for you, is in your table to bring that issue here where it will be approved.
Well, that's good.
And so they are supposed to be up and doing.
No, Princess, can they? The question is, do they know? Is that
So what?
maybe?
So the
Is that
question is that why are they there? Because
Princess?
for
But
instance,
even those of us in the media, is this the topic of our discussion? My pain is every sector of the Nigerian people is who I'm asking question today. Is this even what you discuss? Is the media, does the media know that this is our priority? They're getting independent. That today this is what we're supposed to be thinking about. Because otherwise, what we even clap for, what we jubilate, of course, we're going to go to church on Sunday. It's not this important aspect of our life which is dead. Princess is dead. And I said that today I always celebrate my birthday, so I won't talk much. I'll leave you guys because I better keep quiet. Because it's so painful though that when we live in a country where we don't really understand eh, the core aims of government. No, you know what they tell me? The primary aim of government is to protect lives and properties. They don't even understand that. The primary aim of government is to grow the economic life of the people. Look at one word, and when you grow the economic life of the people, security becomes okay. You understand?
you have
Guys,
seen that, in even at the federal level. I think there is this pattern of governance in Nigeria that they feel infrastructure is always, the way forward in every governance, in every administration. And so when they leave office, they are always keen to say, during our tenure, we did this, we did that. Not basically, policies that actually brought about, growth of, economic or other things, but they depend more on infrastructure. Look at, Tinubu right now. In as much as we know that Tinubu is actually bringing some policy, like he said, we know that this policy, if you ask me, so far, I don't know, maybe it's not about bringing policy, but it's about, having ideas that during this time, for instance, he talked about the removal of subsidy, and during that time there were nothing to cushion the effect that will come, the aftermath of it. He just said it, and then boom, on the faces of everybody, and they actually removed it. But at the end of the day, where has that led us to?
Princess, oh,
Because
Princess,
the money that you are no longer paying, what is it
yes.
being used for?
Thank you,
These are
Princess.
some of the
Subsidy is
questions we
good.
need to
Remove
ask
it.
critically.
Princess, people like us were clapping. If you listen to me then, I was thanking, oh, President, thank you for doing this. But I was thinking that money now will be used for do one thing, production, not to infrastructure. You remove subsidy and you are constructing a bridge, a road from Lagos to Calabar on loan. Meaning you remove the subsidy and you put in more debt in the heads of our children, making this generation to suffer more. We want to suffer for our children. I don't know about your people. My father worked hard to make sure he leaves something for us. When the man died, they were sharing his houses for us. But we're gonna leave this world leaving debt for our children. That's what Nigeria is.
Yes.
Because we don't understand this important thing. That the primary aim of government is not just to protect lives and property, but to grow the economic life of the people. We lack that, and it has been the shame. And if we until we the newspaper the people in the press understand this, until the government understand it, until the ordinary Nigerians understand this, I always say take emotion out. The British people came to Nigeria. Why were they there? Where were they in Africa? They were looking for food, some minerals that they would take home. Princess, God so bless Africa, God so bless Nigeria that there's nothing you're looking for now that is not there.
It's only in Nigeria that you have issues. I've seen that other countries, when they have issues that is, working against them, they sit up immediately to make sure that they correct it at that very time, even though it will take time. I was actually hoping I was supposed to talk about some of the news here and some of the current affairs in Nigeria.
We'll
We
do that.
we, we saw we saw yesterday where there was a protest here in the UK. Nigerian students from is it Teesside University were thrown out. You know, this is coming on the heat of the naira crisis, and they are not able to meet up with their tuition here, some of their fees, and they were thrown out. And in fact, the school wrote to the home office that they are advised immediately to they advise the students to leave the country immediately because they can no longer cope with them as Nigerians because the naira has been struggling for too long, and so it's not affecting them here. So they need to leave as a matter of urgency. So we saw that protest yesterday because they were actually locked out of the school; they couldn't enter,
Who are they
and even that.
protesting? Protesting against the government of UK or against the
No, they
school?
are protesting against the school, the students.
For what?
They were actually at the front of the institution protesting yesterday. And we already saw that, and the school in question, the spokesperson did say that, this is in breach. Like I said in his word, he did say that is a failure that failure to pay your fees in the name of naira is going up and down, you are waiting exchange rate and all that, was a breach of visa sponsorship requirements, and that they had no choice but to allow the home office. The home office said the visa sponsor decision, rested within the institution. These are the issues. The moment an institution or a country know that okay, this is not this thing is no longer in our favor, they look for a way to tackle it immediately head on. But it's only in Nigeria we see that this thing is not favoring us. We don't have way forward, but Nigerians will those in governance will still be there. They will do nothing until finally everybody crashes down. That is the issue that decrease. If
No,
not,
no, yeah,
I
no,
do not
Princess. What
see.
I like, what I like is sometimes what I'm saying today is annoying to many people. But at the end of the day, we are all feeling it. I'm having even me in the diaspora. Eh, if I will be earning my money, sometimes there was a time I was driving with a friend of mine. I said, if all the money I earn in Europe stays with me, where will I be today? You understand? You can imagine the kind of car I would drive in London today. Like what you see other white people doing. You understand? In fact, you can see the kind of house I will live in London. But everything I earn, they will be drugged from home. Bring this, bring that. And because you come from there, you always want that push. Everything you do, still go back there. You understand? Making you to live like a pauper here when you are supposed to live a good life. And that is how it affects me. And those students now, it's affecting them. You understand? Even you see our leaders using their own money to come and buy house in Europe. Is that not a failure already? Let's be Mary will say let's be sincere.
And
Eh?
don't forget that these houses you have to keep paying taxes on monthly basis. Monthly basis, not even yearly, like monthly basis. Even you that is renting a house, you have to pay.
They're
For
fighting
instance,
the government.
I
What tell
rented
us
a house
about
now.
like
I'm paying council tax on that house. And if it's a commercial property, I have to pay,
You go hear them,
a
business
business
place.
rate.
If
and
you
please
pay
I
tax
don't
alone
something
in
on
England,
time. I
Proud to now, I actually thought in the UK, just like Nigeria, once you come, you get accommodation, you just pay maybe agent fee and then you are in your house. But now you have to pay through your nose. Even you as not like you are the landlord now, you are
no,
just a tenant,
the
but you will
tenant.
still have to pay the council
Exactly.
tax.
Before I call, who will carry your bill? If you don't pay your council tax, how does the council fund it? You see, Mary and Princess, these are things. The question is, this guy they stayed here before. Ibori, before he became a governor of Delta State, stayed in England, so he understands how it works. Why going home and become somebody like a lottery winner? What the government of Nigeria is doing, there's people that win lottery. And those state government trying to do something now, they want to pursue that man from office with speed. Obaseki introduced some kind of taxation in that part, in some part of the state. In fact, they will kill him. You understand? Obaseki cannot breathe before he leaves. That is what you get. But it is the painful policies. I always say to people, now the sugar we they eat since. Sugar don't give all of us diabetes for Nigeria. Maybe we should try bitter leaf. If we dey eat bitter leaf, our life go better. You understand? Tinubu e still come even give us bitter leaf, come take sugar spoil am. You know the way you take small bitter leaf, you come take sugar, kill am, e don die. You take
and you
real
said it's the baby stage of hardship. Baby dead. I
And
told
at
you.
the end of the day, look at Governor Kowa. He was leaving office. He had at that point he had to appoint other people into that
The
some of the
super day. You don't know that one.
yes. And
The poor
now
boy was to cry to me and say, "Oh, we need to look at the affairs of the super deck." When I said it, all my village people they won't kill me. But I'm asking them, is this in the interest of you or our children that is coming? You see, sometimes, you know the funniest thing, and in all we do today, let us understand something that we are very wicked generation. A generation that does not think about the coming generation. That is the most useless father you can ever have. And that's who we are to our children. The thing we benefit today in UK, the house, the roads I'm driving on, were built by the people years ago. They are gone. The policy they made were not made for them. But all Nigerians do. Have you seen how many people using it in that country where there's no food, where they say there's nothing? That's why you have the highest people using private jets. When I talk now, they will diverse. Say these are the crazy. What do you they take private jet do? Okay. Your parents must be very poor people. The people using private jet now look at their family. They are thieves that came to office and stole a lot of money and they're using private jets. And we clap for them. But I thank God say, even at the guy says, now only one woman you fit sleep. As they sleep with her, you come up, better guy go take her. So who they even they take private jet, not they fit they sleep with woman again. One another is my daughters. You understand? So what you are really fighting for, you will not get it. We're in trouble. And until we take these difficult, painful things and begin to address our problem head on, I mean, as a people, not Tinubu is just a very cheap politician. We don't have politicians who can face what it is. Of course, he won't win the election. I knew
But
that.
you know, when Tinubu was going into power, a lot of people, that's why the fact that we were talking about how the beavers were being trampled upon and all of that. People actually said, for the fact that he ruled Lagos very well, that definitely he'll be able to rule Nigeria. You understand? So I still feel like a lot of people believed in him. I felt like him coming as the president of Nigeria, things will get better. By the end of the day, reverse is the case because it was not the way they saw it. It is not how we are seeing it right now. A lot
maybe,
of things
maybe,
are going
maybe
wrong.
my question, maybe ask the true question. See, sometimes I ask one question, does it are these people wicked or they don't know what to do? So based on what we have analyzed, Mary and Princess, do you think that Tinubu understand that his primary job as a government is to improve the economic life of the people? Is that his priority or to
And
please
even
us?
if he knows, it's just that he's not acting towards it. But that is what we always say. That greed and selfishness should not allow them to do the needful. He knows. Has he not been a governor before? He understands politics. Honestly, Tinubu does. So he knows all
Tinubu,
this.
Tinubu, Tinubu is somebody that is perceived, is somebody that has seen as that was seen or people have seen over the years prior to now as an elder statesman as well. So, in as much as he's not the president, even before he became the president, when we talk about elder statesmen and when we talk about political godfathers, he's one of them. And so, I don't think that somebody like when we say Jonathan, for instance, Jonathan is somebody that was never abreast with It was not. You can't. You
He was
can't. You
not
can't
prepared.
call him.
He wasn't prepared.
Yes.
He wasn't.
Yes.
Tinubu came
Yes.
prepared.
Yes.
That's the
And
right.
so you cannot compare the likes of Jonathan and Tinubu. Tinubu is somebody that is well grounded in politics and in governance as well. And so we now trying to define things he should do or remind him it's worrisome that he creates. Tinubu is somebody that came in, like I said, that Usman did say on a statement yesterday. The ex-presidents, we have a lot of them, coming out to say that no, Tinubu is towing a very wrong path, and it's high time we bring him back. And as we speak now, he's not even in the country. He's always jetting off, just like the ex-presidents. He has a habit.
Maybe Tinubu they will tell us they are very secretive now, not be Yoruba people. They will tell you say that maybe they go change blood. We're talking about all this before, all these things before. We need somebody younger, somebody more active to run the affairs of the country. The job of governance is not easy, it's a physical thing, it's a mental thing. You
Tinubu is
understand?
not also talking. He has been silent. It's just his vice president, Shetima, that come out and be telling you it was a Buhari's
Leave that
fault.
one. Leave that one.
That
That one is
Buhari caused all
that
these
one is
problems.
paranoid.
And all
That
of
one don't
that.
even understand. Don't have a clue about what governance is. Some of them don't have a clue. You see, I was listening to this man. Look, princess, Moguna, not let me talk about una governor. That of Delta State, that guy is still a street guy. You understand? Somebody that should be on the street. He doesn't even understand what it means to be governor. You understand? It's okay to write paper, to let's go and control this bridge, let's go and commission this, let's go and inspect it. All they do, princess, is inspect roads, inspect houses built. You see, these guys don't understand the meaning of where Nigeria is. That's what I try to talk about today. Nigeria is not supposed to be talking about this now. Today, Nigeria is not about building roads. It's not about commissioning some rubbish water, pipeline water. If I some of them go prison, if I get my way. This crop of leaders, you see,
On
my
the
joint.
news, on one of the dailies yesterday, we saw a minister, approving money 300 million, a bit 250, 290 million
Yes.
for street lights in his own uh town,
That's
in his own village.
Can you
So these
imagine?
are some of the issues we
What
should
can you
look
imagine?
at.
Street light. You know,
Yes.
the body daughter did it. When you know what's so funny? If you don't let me talk, the first thing they say, it says street light, don't come back to Ogara. Wait, street light. This girl. So you went to House of Assembly to bring street light. People like us go vest now. And it's Mona no say not be alone at the place. People
But I
like
agree.
us
Do you
go
know a lot of
defend.
people love to see street lights? A lot of people love to see it. Yes. They feel like, man, development
Not
has
like
come.
Mary, do not get that Chris wrong. Not like the street light is bad. Of course, at nights when because of insecurity here and there,
Of
we need the
course.
light. But these are what what's it called? Commissioners and local government chairman should be handling. Not
Exactly.
even people at the federal level.
So you know, and you know what we judge the person now? We judge him that he's a good leader or he's a good representative for bringing street lights. Can you imagine? If now your money, this is what I ask them. If you run your own house and they gave you this money, will you spend it on street lights? Because now your children are hungry. You have this money. Will you spend it on street lights? Would you use it to plant something so that the children will have food to eat tomorrow? What kind of generation do we have? Tinubu, I'm asking him, if Nigeria are his own personal money and these are his children, will he spend the money the way he's spending it now? That's the only question. I said it is up for us to judge your conscience as a leader. And then I talk to us as a people. Maybe now we the cause. We clap for them for doing rubbish. You understand? Like Prince rightly said, you see, you cannot even solve challenges of crime with street light. You solve that challenge by giving them jobs. Instead of me to use the money to create street light, I will use the money to take construct farm, maybe they go work. The street light will come on its own. They will be the one protecting themselves. If you bring 200 million street lights, if there's no food, crime will remain a self-fulfilling prophecy. You see, I don't know what they are social scientists, and all of them, all those our lecturers, when they speak big grammar, they sleep with our guests. Where are they to at least come up with good policy that will help us today? You understand? You know how many social scientists we have in Nigeria? Then when you talk to them, they understand the process. I've interviewed a couple of lecturers here. They know what I'm talking about. They understand. But why are they quiet? Why they not? Why are they still among the? If they get office today, they go marry new wives. Even lecturers. I'm not talking because the lecturer, if they can abuse students, they
The
can do
truth
it.
is that the truth is that Chris, that is why this democracy thing you talk about is very important today. The truth is that in Nigeria right now, we have the likes of Falana, and you know why Falana will always get away with statements is because he's the law. He knows the law. He's a son.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
know why people like Bishop Cooker will always get away? He's a man of God. Even though all the time they will go to his house to boggle, to shoot, to do, they usually, somehow there's something
No
covering
harass
him.
him.
Yes, to harass him everywhere. It's not for the faint-hearted. If you really want to focus on the government, because If care is not taken, your life will go down, that of your family, and nothing will happen. So this fear is why people are being withdrawn. Now, look on the story today. I bet Mary is going to take us through that.
Yes,
I
do that.
think. I think very dark man has been remanded once again in police custody over,
Yeah.
Statements. And
That one,
these are
no,
the issues that
that one, the
increase in
statement,
Nigeria. Once you talk, it's just
it's a
that a
thorn on
few
their
people
flesh.
like Falana will always say, or like how do you call the Sahara reporter guy? Will always say, if you talk, you die. You not talk, you go die. Make
No,
you talk.
sorry.
Showore. So these are some of the issues.
You see, princess, so you know what I said to Chore? And I said to one of his boys, who is also my boy, I said, tell Chore to not think of creating a movement. You see, some of these boys can be leaders. You don't have to be leader by waiting to become president. That's why I'm not convinced with them. You understand? I want them to be leading in a movement. They can be fighting for power, but come up with a movement. Young people are not relying on you. You've been able to create something. Why don't you use it? Why did you use it to fight alone? Why don't you use that to be constructive, to be productive? Make that your energy. You know what I say to lecturers? That energy, one I tell the sleep we get. If you put them together, you go begin form the best schools in Nigeria. You understand? You begin to produce life, and they will be important. Hey, we get problem. Oh. Princess, the people that can do, the people that cannot do are all part of this same failure that brought Nigeria where it is. You see, look at the whole country. Until we understand and until we take on this big challenge, which is not going to be painful, like you rightly said. You talk, if you talk, they will hate you. And they're gonna make mistake for radicalism. But perhaps this is a call for us to understand where we should be. That's why I took us back on the memory lane to then, where these people were on their own. They were doing one thing. These leaders, they were leaders. Awolowo was leading the people. He wasn't a man in power alone. He was a leader who were able to make sure they tap on cocoa production. And a lot were happening. Tabwabule was a leader who was able to use his time to create the coconut, the granite pyramid. Where are the leaders of today? And you see, this is the same country where you have all the most important people in the world. All the kings, all the big boys. And I just look at it and I say to myself, wow, is this what we're going to leave for our children?
Have you seen the amount of money, most of these elites, political leaders, their wives and children? Have you seen the amount of money they spend when they go outside the country? Have you seen the amount of money
And
they
now
spend on
you are crying with those students
items?
that can study in UK. They should be in Nigeria study. Why are they studying here? The question is, what course are they studying here that they cannot study in Nigeria? Other than artificial intelligence, why are they in UK studying?
Even the ones that are managing to put their children in school in Nigeria, the schools
UK should deport all of us home. They to come and take me along. Then, princess, this is important. Let them deport us home. We have a home that is blessed. What is in UK university that is not in Nigeria university? I'm studying law here now. What are you going to study in law here that you cannot study in Nigeria? That you are coming here to study? Thank God over time, I'm 57 years old. Listen, thank God. Now yesterday they celebrate my birthday. I'll not be picking again. Anybody that kill me now, not be small picking you kill. People will not cry, say a small boy has died. Look at my face. They go put the man don't need to go safe. You understand? So it's not, you see, princess, you see, what we're saying is, it's so painful. Now today, you mentioned something. Do you know that even the bulk of this money these fools are gathering for themselves at the expense of the nation, they don't use it well. They don't use it well. They don't even know what to do with it. Can we go on a break because the studio is too hot? Let's go on a break. When we come back, when we come back, sorry guys, I will talk less now because it's my birthday. So that when we come back, I will allow Princess and you to run the remainder of the day. God bless you, kids. Let's on the break. Please don't go away. Stay with us.
Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business, and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5 Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
All right, welcome back. We're not going into the newspaper review. And before we do that, I know many we want to talk us through some of the things. So many things happen in Abuja. What is it? Can you just quickly talk before that we'll go and read the paper and we'll run the show quickly.
Okay, a lot has been happening in Abuja. But first of all, I want to start with the fashion designer, McClarybale. She's a very beautiful lady, so hardworking. I think she got married to an abroad-based man who lost his wife and had to get married to her. So they traveled together after her service. She was doing fine. In Maraba. There. So when they traveled, sometimes the man had to bring her back. She already had 2 kids for the man. And the thing is, she was doing well before they got married, but the man actually asked her to stop whatever she was doing because he was wealthy. So she left her business and everything and traveled with him. So after some time, the man brought her back to the country with the kids and left them. Now, with no money, nothing. She was finding it difficult to start all over again. So that difficult. She wasn't hearing from the man again, and she was always calling and complaining to her friends that suicide is the only option because of her inability to even feed the children. They are actually suffering. So she was passing through a lot, depression here and there, a lot of naysayers, a lot of negative talks coming from people because of her failed marriage. Because the marriage is already collapsed and not working anymore. So it was that difficult. She couldn't continue with her fashion line that she was doing before she got married. And the thing is, they actually find her around Maraba axis. Yes, Maraba is one college of education close to that place around 3 a.m. So now a lot of people were saying that she committed suicide because that was what she has been saying for a while now. Why some people said this was as a result of ritual killings. So the news has been everywhere. You get it about lady and how she lost her life. Well, may I so rest in peace though. And also the next one I want to talk about is about there's this ongoing stuff in Wuste Zone 3. Yeah, but they actually just notified them that they'll be breaking their shops first because they want to build the place again. They want to build it and make it like upstairs. And this people right now, they don't even know what to do because how to pack their goods and all of that. The particular area they want to break are those people that sells electronics, television, fridge, all those are this washing machine. So they've asked them to evacuate in that area that they want to rebuild the place. They want to break the place and rebuild it. And also in the next area, recall that soldiers went there for somebody that actually returned phone and the trader refused to collect. So a lot of traders there started beating the soldiers up. That even police and some individuals had to just rescue them. That it's wrong to beat the Nigerian soldier. It's not actually a good thing. And later on, the soldiers came back. Like they were many. They had to come back. Anybody they see, honestly, like as long as you're a boy, because it was guys that was actually beating them up there. So they were just carrying any boy. They had to lock up that place. Like as it stands.
No, is it another coma?
Yeah. So it's not funny. So lucky Iraba, I think the ex. Chief Defense, he was talking about that it's wrong that we Nigerians we are not grateful that these soldiers they risk their life to protect us. And then
and is this where they risk their life?
You said?
Tormenting us. Is this where they risk their life or they should be fighting the Boko Haram?
Yeah, he said that they risk their life to protect us. That because that it looks as if because the Okwama people succeeded, that this time around they have to show this people a lesson that they will never allow it to go until they get the people that were involved in beating those soldiers. So they have to lock up.
Wait a minute. There's one thing. The military are saying that we should be grateful for them tormenting us. Listen,
they say they risk their life. They say they risk their life to always protect us. And
yes, and that's where they belong. We have military in the UK, military everywhere in the world. Take Nigerian military. Their military everywhere in the world, they do their good job and we appreciate them. But coming to torment people, what are they doing in the shops? Why you work wearing your uniform into the shop? Why should we be wearing uniform on the street anyway? Military uniform are left for the barracks. What are you doing with it on the street? I don't see military here in London. Princess,
So
maybe you'll be here for some time now. You don't see military man for road.
he said he's wrong, beating a
Never.
uniform. It is uniform. You get those that they're putting on their uniform, their soldier uniform as usual. But this is where harassing them, beating them more. But the thing is, how can you fish
But
out
were
those
they wearing uniform? What were they doing there in the shop?
Yeah, that they were on their uniform. The video was there.
What were they doing there? If
Yes,
I
and
if you go and buy something,
it
go and buy
was
something, must go and buy something as a military man.
it was Suleiman Ibrahim that carried the soldier man to help him because the trader refused to collect the phone. He said when you go home, you notice that
Are the military man police? Are they the one that's supposed to solve this problem? Military should learn to keep.
the man was saying that even
Military are not trained for dispute resolution. They are not trained. They are trained to fight. You understand? Policemen are trained to resolve disputes. And if you cannot bring the job of why do we have police? Why are they not all military? And this is sad. And we appreciate. Sometimes they talk about and they say as if we don't appreciate military. Who does? But if you're going to torment us because you're wearing our own uniform, we're going to say no. Anyway, Mary, I'm sorry about that. I was cut you in, but it's sad. It's not something we should be talking. We should be celebrating.
It's sad, though. But honestly, because you watch that video, you feel somehow like beating these soldiers on top of their uniform. And the thing is, my fear is that
Mary, you are not understanding something. In as much as it looks sad, soldiers should also know their rights or what their jurisdiction, where they belong. It's the same thing people have been complaining of Okoma community. Who invited them to that community as what? Soldiers are not meant to go to the shop just because you bought a phone and just because I have a military friend, I should not do what? Right? I should not go and call them to come and, harass this person or to help me and return the phone.
Yes.
There are things meant for police people, in as much as we know that the police has failed over time. But these are things meant for police people to handle, not army people. Army soldiers are brutal. They are not supposed. You know very well. You know that their training is not the kind of training that was given to a policeman. So they are brutal people. They are not people you should have this kind of issues with. And then, in as much as we say they are the people they actually fought them, were they supposed to be there in the first place? That is the question we're asking.
Thank you.
What? Yes, the truth is the truth. Are they supposed to be there? What did they go there to do?
And anytime Nigerian, I don't know why we're celebrating this, but anytime we are really so proud, we are proud to show Nigerian military, their military might on the street against Nigerian civilians. And
Well, by one reason, now they've stopped operation in that market, the Barnes market, right? That they must get the people that were involved in beating those soldiers arrested first. That if not, it would have resulted to Okwama number 2, the second happenings that took place in Okwama, something like that. So
why will the army headquarters we have very close to that market be quiet? Why will the market authority? Barnes is a very big market. They have their chairman, they have all that committee there, so they know what to do already. Yeah, it's a marketplace you cannot even identify. You cannot. It will be very hard for you to identify that this person was involved or this was involved there. All you have to do is to close that particular shop, not the whole market. That is unfair, closing the market.
Anything around that area has been closed. Maybe other part of Barnes might be in operation, might be working, but you see around that axis that incident took place. They not cross that part. Honestly, they came back with guns. It's like they were ready to even kill. So it's that bad. And I was like, so that can actually come and stop operation in a particular market, and nothing is happening.
And then we have they use so much energy on market people like this. But then we have issues of one chance
Boko Haram everywhere,
all around the Buja.
Thank you, Princess.
Boko Haram.
Priority.
The same energy there,
Thank you, Princess. This is misplaced priorities. Why they fighting innocent Nigerians? Look at them. coming out so powerful. We go get there today. They'll come and sing their military uniform, their song.
You cannot do this. This is actually very wrong. So I think the military should call them to order. This is actually very wrong. Going to civilians as if it's a war zone. This
It's a
is
Yeah, it's
war
something
wrong.
zone.
like they are losing their respect. They are losing their respect, but they don't know because soldiers are not supposed to be seen everywhere like this. There's a way we place soldiers so high in the past. When we see them, feel like
Princess,
respect them.
Mary, come to UK. If you see a soldier man on the same train with you, he's going to one place to
I
buy.
have never seen a soldier here.
If you
Daddy,
see him
please,
at
I walk
home
on the
by
streets of
mistake,
London on daily
he's heading
basis.
to barracks.
I have never seen a soldier once. Even the police people, I don't think I've seen police. Maybe their vehicle coming, moving, but I've
Yes.
never seen them one place standing or doing something. Except maybe an emergency, they need to rescue somebody. I have never seen an army man here. I've never seen the uniform. I don't even know how it looks like. I've never seen police people on the road, but I've seen their vehicles moving around. So I don't understand why in Nigeria we just see, army people everywhere on the streets, terrorizing people. I think we need to move on from this topic. Is right. It's actually pissing me off
No,
that
you
army
see,
people
And I feel
we
like
go
it's
with
kind of
armored
hard to
car,
get them
we
from
go with
Nigeria.
guns to
maybe we move. It's too
civilians.
sad. So because they will come and victimize anybody. Of course, they have power, and and I said to Nigeria, "This is your power. This is how the military brought us to where we are." No, I'm going to face them at some point. You understand? They took over power. We'll be happy. Military are good. They're this and that. You are not trained. You are not trained to manage the affairs of a country. Do not go there. It's not like military taking over. Even as far as we cry on civilians, military were the worst. They brought us where we are. They didn't understand that the essence of governance is to be productive. No Nigerian military has been productive. Quote me. They are not trained to be. They only share. Or they could, but we'll give them more. They're fighting for today justice. We'll create more state. We'll create this. But have you asked the state military man that they should be productive? This is the question. Now, we're asking the so-called people in power. I don't call them leaders anymore. Nigerians need to end themselves. Those of you in power, you need to end what it means to be a leader. You guys are people in power. Fela calls some of you vagabond in power, and this is true. Some of you are really not doing what you're supposed to do. And at this difficult time, and there's some of the images you should not be sharing on an international platform like ours. You understand? You never know who watch this. We're on YouTube. You understand? People watch us. And this is sad. We're not here to destroy Nigeria, but some of them are just too sad. Please, can we move to the next topic? Because this military and
We have over all the dailies today. You can see here insecurity. We are not aiding terrorism. DHQ replies Katsina governor. Because of course the man has been saying that. So if you people cannot resolve insecurity in my state, knowing fully well that these people come broad daylight, that means you people are aiding them. The kind
Yes.
of weapon they come with, who is giving this to them? You are aiding them. The man is already accusing them. I will know that the man will not last there for accusing them.
Of
That is
course.
a fact.
But no problem. Kill him. This is a good thing. As much as you kill, more ones will come up. You understand? The truth is, oh God, good will reign over evil. There's a good reason why they kill Jesus Christ. And I always say to people every day, I know most of you that are Christians, you all follow and say, Jesus is my man. It's Jesus I follow. I don't follow the modern Christianity creed. I follow Jesus because Jesus was there saying the truth, saying to people, the so-called Pharisees and Sadducees, you cannot use the house of Lord for making money. That is why the man must be killed. It was the people that said they want Jesus dead, though. Not be Muslim. Those of now the best today. Now Muslim kill Jesus.
I'm telling you that the army they've misplaced their priorities. Look at even on Punch newspaper, one of the headlines says federal government canvasses regional military force to counter coup threats. Now they are more concerned. That is below the picture.
See that coup that they fear.
Yes. Instead of security of the people, look at what they want to use, what they want to turn the military to. It's disheartening.
Wow, you see, where we are now, Princess, I think it's moment of truth. You understand? Nigerians need to face the moment of truth. And this truth can be done in a more civilized way. Gone are the days where people go to fight. That's why I say to them, so it's not time to fight. It's time to be constructive and be facing them. Baba, you see, I always say to them, must you be in government to ask the government to do something positive? Okay, look at what we saw yesterday. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit back. We saw the like of Atiku and this our man, who is my man, Peter Obi, crying and saying they have a meeting, they want to rescue Nigeria. You see, my question is this. I know you guys want to rescue Nigeria. You're not forming a coalition. Una for start now. Tell Tinubu that, Baba Tinubu, while you are still in power, we are here. We don't want Nigeria to die before the next 3 years. This is the policy we want you to embark on, and we'll be working with you on this. You understand? If that is what you can do, and we will start it, whether you follow us or not. You see, they would have shown us leadership. I am crying, that Atiku and those of now when they follow them, I also take that one, take it to the other one. Say they for show us leadership today. The leadership is now. Peter, you said you believe in productivity. Let us see it. Start something.
But Peter actually released a statement yesterday. No, it was a live broadcast that the president should actually do something about insecurity. If he lacks the idea on how to tackle insecurity, he should not deploy the services of others who can actually help those he already employed to do so immediately. This is coming on the heat of bandits, killing a lot of people in Plateau State 2 days ago, and of course 40 houses were burnt down. A whole community was destroyed, and so Peter went there for condolence visits, and he did actually call at the president there and then, and he said it's as if you've lost it, you don't know what you're doing, and so if you are not able, to resolve the issues of insecurity, we have people, experts, who can actually. That is why you are the number one man. Your own is just to call them, and they can actually handle this.
Princess, you see, we cannot be faulting Peter here. Maybe we'll be asking Tinubu, and I will be asking Atiku. Now, you don't have control over the federal, right? But you have control over the state you want. All right, Peter, you can go now and make sure Abia State is number one in the country. Let me start from there. All right. If there are only one party won by your party, only one state, go there and make that state. Work closely with them. Show what you would have done if you were president. But don't wait till all of us die first until you come to power. Before you do that, then you are going to be a leader in power. Be a leader now. In fact, wait, Atiku, I better come talk to our governor. Now from your party, Abi. It's not from Tinubu. It's PDP. Why are you talking to him? That idea you have, Atiku, go and talk it to your governor. The governor of Delta State is PDP. Edo State is PDP. Talk to them. Let them implement that your idea you're talking about. You're making fun of us. You're making fun of us. If you know something that is good for us and you cannot do it now, your governor can do it. Is it not? Are the governor not loyal to them? Why are they not working together, Princess?
But you know that everybody, they're all interested in the federal, right?
No, they're interested in the money. They're interested in beginning power to share the money. They don't have idea of what they can do otherwise. These people that they don't have anything they're going to do otherwise. Only what about to share the money. It's only share the money, my people. And it's sad. Anyway, now that we are here, we're seeing punch now. Maybe we'll just punch it and go from here. What Tinubu is directing for the 7 ministers to showcase scorecard. Quite interesting. That's a start.
This story on the punch says first anniversary. Tinubu directs 47 ministers to showcase their scorecards. President plans low-key celebration. Ministers begin sectoral.
Were they celebrating?
And it's on page 2.
Oh, what a disaster. Princess, I beg unmute yourself. Were they celebrating?
Shameful, very shameful.
Wait. Were the president celebrating?
Lucky now.
Amid economy meltdown, no fuel, no
Oh my God.
jobs, no. There is
Oh
there
my
is one
God.
story that says
Oh my
I
God.
saw one report that say only in Kano in few months over 20 something companies shut down, and I think of the people that were employed in such companies, they are jobless all of a sudden, and then we have the
Why
naira.
Kano not go shut down? If they
It,
pay money for subsidy, if Kano governor they buy new SUV for the lawmakers, why would the company shut down? Is that not
Honest.
his job? His job is to buy more vehicle for lawmakers, break down some houses, build ones. The ones, that is what it is. So construct one big road with the whole money, send some people abroad. Kano economy is going to go down if that is what
Sure.
we believe in. There's no other way.
Very unserious people.
And for President Tinubu to they celebrate, I can't, I'm not gonna invite me now.
It's not what they put there. They say low key. It's not loud. Low key
And
celebration.
that's it now. If to ever is a sin against every child unborn to celebrate your 1 year in office.
And
It's
this
a
the present
sin.
citizen of this country. Oh my
Yes,
god.
it's a sin. Guy, I don't know when princess sometimes I'm not going to come this show. Make a let una do nothing. Maybe
So it means that means you are doing the same thing as them and you are getting tired of the country. If you
no, I am
if you
maybe
continue
my own
talking,
is I am just taking you people to trouble. You understand? I leave the discussion. Look at let's read the papers, please, so that I can understand the papers because it's a lot. The papers have suffered to put
electricity
it for us.
subsidy growth 629 billion naira. This could generate 1.1 trillion naira, and the story is on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. Now we have a story at the Punch that says BDC agents reject new CBN licensing guidelines, and that story is on page 20 of the Punch newspaper. Tinubu replaces Bill as FRSC boss, appoints Mohammed, and you can find that story on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. And there's a story here that says a minimum wage. Labour wants 497 thousand federal government laments paucity of funds, and
You
that is on page
understand?
12.
That's going to be the key. That's the key topic of today. I don't know why it's not important. You understand? Like I keep
Yeah,
saying, the federal government will not be able to pay. Oh, you see,
at
are you
all.
asking? They will not be able to pay. The question
Even
is why?
100K they will not pay.
Thank you. You know why they are not able to pay money? It's what I've been crying. Only one thing that why the federal government is not able to pay minimum wage of 1 million naira is one thing I've been crying because
And if you don't will not work now. How will not work?
they are not making money. Princess, if I
we
make
know
money, I
that
go
we
sorry.
know that 1 million naira is not feasible. Yes, 1 million naira is not
Princess,
even
so
feasible,
it's
and
too
now labor
feasible.
are in their
Princess,
in their
princess, these guys are
okay.
not wicked.
That increase because of the state of the economy right now.
Yes,
We
yes.
say
Princess,
labor,
so
labor,
princess, the
labor,
state of
labor
the economy.
out of their own goodwill has actually brought it down to they actually brought it down to 500, and now again they pegged it at 497, which they're saying that is it, and the federal government is still at 57. I don't know how this will
Princess,
end,
so
but
princess. I know they talk about how much they agree to pay, but if you tell me federal government of Nigeria cannot pay 1 million naira, I disagree. You know why? But they will not be able to pay because the federal government of Nigeria is not making money. Because the emphasis of Tinubu government is to construct roads, not to make money. If Tinubu has embarked on things that will bring in money since, would have been making a lot of money 1 year in office, he will be paying this money without problem. If you want to pay 2 million naira minimum wage tomorrow, labor, Mokuna know they talk all these toughy things. Mona tell government how they will take to go into production. How they can be productive. That's the only way they can pay us good salary. Even the state
I
government.
wanted to say productivity we have to be top notch, like almost like 100%, not in every sector before
Thank
1
you, my
million
daughter.
will be
Princess,
obtainable.
so
That is why saying 1 million is
princess,
not
you know
obtainable.
what I said there? Name one sector of the Nigerian ministry. This scorecard when they say they go to that cannot make money. But I can tell you 1 year in office, they are not making a penny. Now,
At all.
I used this stance yesterday. Look at Channels. Channels is paying people better than NTA. You know why? Because Channels is making money. NTA is not. NTA is taking money from the government. It's a sin. Why can't NTA make money? If I like money, kick me out. Why can't they make money? That is the question we should be asking ourselves. As long as NTA doesn't make money, there's no way NTA can pay you good salary. Because where is the money coming from? It's coming from oil. Come on. Who does that? Who they rob it and they take the paper? The sector you're working is not making money, and you think I will make money from my sector to give you. Exactly what happened in Nigeria. You all sitting down in your asses, you're taking money from our side to pay everybody.
Because and it's the same thing I said, and it's the same thing I said earlier, that Chris. It's the same thing I said earlier. If these people are not able to work, what are they there? If these people are not able to, I feel like as an adult, you don't need to. You've employed me to work for you. Now I know my job jurisdiction on daily basis. With or without you being there in the picture, I'm expected to do this job. This morning I came out on my own. Yes. I'm here. You don't need to call me. You don't need to remind me of the job. And after this broadcast, there are things I'm supposed to do, expected to do. I go ahead with them. I don't need to, necessarily somebody to push me to do this. And so I'm sometimes really worried about our public servants, the workers, their attitude to work.
Princess, I have to say this on air. The last time I spoke to my team in Edo State, and I told them, this is your slave trade you are practicing there, it will not last. And they thought I was joking. Because you employ people to work, and some of them are interns, okay? Some of them are going to be paid 30,000 naira. I say at SRTV, that is not feasible. I won't work with such people. And they try to, that's how we've been doing. They've collapsed now. You know why? Because I said, if it's a sin, I call it a sin and I call it slavery. But again, you will be contributing to the slavery if you don't do what the company asks you to do. You people, I still want to challenge Nigeria too. You that goes to work, you don't want to work, and you want the government to pay you that amount of money, you are a sinner. You understand? You are a slave. You go remain a slave.
That is why you see that. Sorry, I'm going to say this. That is why you see. I've been in Abuja for quite some time now, and that is why you see when people say, a lot of people in Abuja. Why don't you, this agency are recruiting? Why don't you want to go? I say no. I want to be everywhere. I don't want to be dormant somewhere. I don't want to be tied somewhere. So a lot of people have the opinion, or have the mindset. I've seen a lady that told me that, princess, help me in case these people are recruiting. I just want to be going there, 5 to 4 hours, go my house, go back to my shop. Exactly. Madam, you already have a shop. We even need your shop more than this thing you're doing now, so you'll be contributing to economy. Go and sit in your shop. You don't need to come here, like you have the interest of the job or the government. So no need of you going there to constitute nuisance. Already have more than enough. If you go
if you enough nuisance.
Yes, what is the time now? What is the time now? I think maybe we're going to do this. Maybe one of these days we're going to have a correspondent at this time of the show, almost 11, at the secretariat. And then you film it live. You see when they are walking in majestically. You see, and sometimes they come down. They come out of their cars. They are gisting pleasantries at the car park. Walking majestically around 11:30 to their offices, and then 2, 3, they are all out of the office. So these are some of the issues we should be looking at. We have to wait.
And this is the same people. Labour is asking federal government to pay that amount of money. You see what I'm saying? You understand? There's no way the federal government will be able to pay. You can kill the government. We can continue to go on strike. They will not be able to pay. You see, this is a very, princess. What I'm saying, I don't know when you people start to work in London. God will bring you here one day. And those of you who are in UK now, do you go to office and sit down? You don't try it. If you are a cleaner, you want the best.
I've been to the hospitals here where you will see that nurses, even me, I used to feel there's this Nigerian nurse I know, so I used to feel for her. And like, don't you see that no, you have too many people to attend to. So you're doing that before you know your time is up.
And those people are not even about monitor. If you see the day, princess, if you are staying in that hospital and their supervisor walk in, you will see how How if you dare sit, what you are sitting down for, you will tell them. If you are in NHS, if you go on social media, they will tell you why you're on social media. You will hear. In fact, they even block it. You understand? Sometimes you go to the hospital, they are setting it as place you cannot access. You know why? Because you are there to work. When you finish,
You won't even see the nurses with their phone. I'm not sure they have phones. It's only that thing they used to read your whatever that is like phone. You see, I've not actually seen any of them with a phone, pressing a phone or anything like that. They are very
hallelujah.
the doctors, all
Thank you.
of them. They are very busy.
And Princess, I'm happy you've seen the doctors at work. Oh God. And you can see the interest,
Try
the
other sectors
devotion,
now.
the amount of energy they put to their work. We work here, oh, the money is not free. So if you want to the federal government to pay this money, labor, maybe we should, you see this whole thing I talk about the productivity. If we
And
continue to do it, we will
the people
remain
that
here.
are supposed to checkmate these workers, I hope you know they don't even come to the office. I know of a lady working like this with our government. She doesn't even go to work. One day I was asking her, why is that you don't go to the office? She said because her boss self will not come. Like might maybe twice or three times in a month. So anytime she feels like the boss might come around, she'll go there and just, you understand, act like she has been working. But this is how they do it. People that are supposed to checkmate these people, if they're active at work, they don't come to work. So that's why it's that easy for them to do whatever they want to do.
Anyway, let's take a look at other papers because the time is we're already out of time anyway. And I'm gonna sorry guys, I'm always here. When I'm here, I make your show go where it's not supposed to go. More than obvious for me. Yeah.
Okay, I think we should check the guidance. The Guardian paper,
Thank you.
18-year-old construction works from 9 billion naira in 2006, abandoned National Library to cost over 200 billion naira. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And then we have another story that says Lagos correctional centers overstretched by 104%, and government says, and that's on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. INEC knocks SIEC's likens council polls to correction of candidates, and that's on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. First year in office, federal government eyes low-key ceremony gives Tinubu pass mark. And Nigerians Jamestone's export hit $15.2 million, securing 30th place globally, and that's on page 29 of the Guardian newspaper. Abakari gets
And that is an insult. 15.2 billion and
yeah,
15.2 billion US dollars on gemstone. That is an insult.
yeah, $0.2 million.
That's an insult to us.
Abakari gets bail after 27 months in detention, and that's on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. CBN reduces duty foreign exchange rates eighth time in May as naira trades above 1,500 naira per dollar, and that's on page 18 of the Guardian newspaper. Tinubu Obasanjo seek regional integration to deepen democracy, and you can find that story on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. Federal government says negotiation is for minimum wage, not living wage. Offers 57,000 naira, and that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. These are
They
all
don't
the
they
very
don't they don't they speak better English there in prison.
Laughable.
From
This is
minimum
very
wage to
laughable.
living wage. Only God that could know the difference. God will forgive this our government. But Mary, thank you. I think but look at is this our library?
57.
I want us to look at that picture critically. That is where my attention is, and the analysis there of from 9 billion naira in 2006 abandoned National Library to cost over 200 billion naira. These are the
Wow.
waste we talk about, waste of resources.
And in fact, the princess, the library now we talk about. I remember, if you come to my uni, there's no library in those days. They carry heavy book when lawyers say they carry things they go for that because only one case they carry the whole case file in those days. That's how it was. Today, it is now electronics. You understand? This library would they want spend all this money to do. I always ask question. I want to make money back. You understand? If now question though, we want spending so big money for this library, which I know is no more functional. People no more do books. Print is no more in vogue.
They read online. They want to read.
Thank you. That's in fact, I was my this boy, and in fact, all he does is online reading. You understand? So we need to. Anyway, I won't be talking too much about it, but you can imagine where we are as a nation, how destructive we are. So
Very, that is the word. That is the
instead
word,
of improving on
destructive.
what we have, princess, we are destroying the little we have. We are a destructive nation. And the sin is upon us. I always go to tell us, maybe we not like it. Our children will look back and say, so our forefathers have all these things and they didn't do anything for us. You understand? That is the point. So this period that the military and the Nigerian government did not know what it means to be a government. That is where we are. Sometimes when we talk about bad governance, they think I'm talking about corruption. If you people listen to me carefully, I'm not talking about corruption. No. I'm not saying that understanding what governance means, so that you begin to pursue it. Even if you know that if you continue to steal, I won't even mind. But provided you are actually doing the right thing, you are moving the country from one place to the other. Instead, anybody when they use the small money we have to go and construct road like this governor, and I'm my enemy. And sometimes they say, I don't really need road to do what? You understand? You wait. So Nigerians you want government to construct road that you will just drive to go and carry your girlfriend. Oh, that's when it's a good road for productivity. I will construct, not any road though. So that road is going to give my money back. You won't want to use the road, you go pay. This Calabar road, you not go pay. No, you don't want me to be. You don't want someone like me to be president of Nigeria, because we realistic.
And then also, yes. And then also, there's a story here that says Nigerians stones export hit $15.2 million, securing 30th place globally. And now, don't forget also that on this show, we saw a news that most of the natural resources we have, apart from the oil now that the government is focused on, they are going into private pockets. And so you should be grateful that we even saw this. And so because
We're supposed to be number one
that
globally.
is what we'll continue to see.
Africa is where these things are deposited. How can we be 30th? You understand? Meaning we've not even touched 1% of what we have on the ground. 1%.
That is what I'm saying, Daddy Chris. Until the government begin to move away, diversify to know that it's not only oil we can survive on, we have other things. It will continue to be like this. I said it earlier on the show.
Thank you.
It will
And that
continue
is
like
summary
this.
of what we'll be saying today. I know, Princess, they may not even understand what we'll be saying on the show today. What we're saying is, it's not about corruption. I'm not even interested of this, what you call, but understanding what a leader should be talking about on a daily basis. You understand? And it's not about street lights, not about pipe and water. As I remember, the president will go commission pipe and water. Governor, the permission pipe and water. Otherwise, na road. Hey! Can you imagine the country will find ourselves? That's what we call good governance. We need to redefine it, please. We need to ask ourselves where we are. These guys are not wicked. Some of them don't know what to do. And please, we need to really, really sit down as a nation and ask ourselves in that deep question as we go to bed, what we can put on the ground so that our next generation will not hate us with what we are doing.
There is this story now on Vanguard. If you look at the top of the Vanguard on your right hand, there's a story there that says Shetima, Kadeso, or ye others discuss Nigerian's economy today. I will want to see the outcome of that, meeting, maybe tomorrow. They keep discussing. I just feel like, in discussions like this, we should have experts, people who are more grounded, are people who should bring something very tangible to the table, because
But what are these?
Nigeria is so.
These people should be briefed. You think? Nah, I don't understand them. They should be briefed. They don't know anything to discuss. It's like
That
you
is
bring
what
people to discuss
that
economy.
is why I'm actually confused here.
Thank you, princess. Like you bring me to come and discuss foreign exchange, Nigerian stock exchange. I'm gonna be stupid. I don't know anything there. You need to bring people who know what they're talking about. You're gonna tell me to talk about movies and all that. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna talk all day. Talk about what I'm talking about. I will be talking about what a good governance should be. Talk about elements of the law. I will. But bring me to talk about foreign exchange. I don't know. I don't know anything. I want the expert to talk. Nigerians were blessed with these people. So Shetima, you don't understand your job even. You need to be brief. They will call you to the meeting and say, "This is what we're talking about."
Because this economy, discussing about Nigeria's economy is supposed to be top experts or economy experts. And then Shetima discussing that. I don't know what we should be expecting from such meetings. And these are some of the issues we have in Nigeria. People misplace a priority. You don't know what you're supposed to do. Anyway, like I said, Vanguard, maybe we're going to follow Vanguard tomorrow as well to see the outcome of this, very meeting they are to have today, later on today. At least anything that has to do with reviving, restoring, revamping the economy, we will be happy. And so we look towards that meeting today. And also, just before we wrap up the show, time has really gone far. And so let's look at the Vanguard Spot Dex. There's a story here, Mary. I'm going to throw this to you that says that Finidi to Super Eagles. Nigeria bigger than your club. What do you make of that, Mary?
Okay, yeah, he's talking about our players that actually fancy playing outside the country. You see, like a lot of them are playing for Europe countries, different countries. You understand? So I feel like that's what I was saying. The energy they are putting when playing for these countries, they don't put it in our own Nigerian league. By the end of the day, it is still our government, because who knows if they pay them well. So I think he's trying to question our Super Eagle players, you get, on why they don't have that much interest playing for their country, so that Nigeria are bigger than their club. I think that is the angle he's coming from. Yeah, it's my understanding.
But Mary, let's be sincere. I'm not really into sport, but I understand what Finid is trying to say, or what is trying to get at. But in as much as we should be patriotic Nigerians, we should patronize our own, we should be home. But is the place conducive for them?
But why is it that they play very well in their clubs, but they don't show that same skill whenever they are playing for Nigeria?
Because, for instance, because analysis and a sports analyst or expert did say on our show here that if they break a leg here in the country, they will die there. But if it's in their club, they will be taken care of. For instance, that's just a case study anyway. Maybe that's why, that is why they put in more energy here, because they earn so much here as well. They take care of them. They are paid very well. Unlike our place where it has become a joke, the sport industry in Nigeria has become a joke to the government and to, relevant bodies. And maybe that's why they are not putting much energy, because whatever happens to them, you can see that even when they go to some of the stadiums are not cleared. Somebody alleged when they went that time that they saw a snake in the stadium and all that. So the place is very bushy. When you have a match upcoming, you're supposed to take care of the place for people to come in. So maybe that's why I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm neutral here.
Princess, no. The question I'm going to say to you is that, and you guys are getting something wrong, and I don't want to bring that in until we develop our sport locally, until we develop our football locally to be lucrative, to be productive, to make money. Our foreign players will never come home. They will not give in the same thing they're giving abroad, because, like Princess rightly said, if their leg got broken, or the snake when they run for the stadium bite them,
But
the
I
snake,
agree though.
and then they go
So
die.
why would they accept to come and play when they know they will not put in their best? You'll be hearing of Victor Boniface, you'll be hearing of Osimhen, it will be all of them. Like when they are doing well in their Europe clubs and all of that. But anytime they are playing for Nigeria here, like you don't see that energy. So I feel like instead of them
Mary, maybe that's good for us as well. You know why? We have local clubs. Just maybe this is when we should not catch these young ones, you know. We have very good players within
All
some of
I'm
the local
saying,
Mary,
clubs.
I mean,
the
that now.
princess, no, princess. The
I've been
solution
saying
to
that now.
it, the solution to this problem is for us to develop a national league that will make money enough to pay these people. You see, the Nigerian local league stand a chance to make billions, trillions in pounds, trillions if it is looked into. You see, I don't wait to only a competition alone. If the states or we have the Premier League of Nigeria, if it is properly developed, now well filmed for broadcast, you'll be surprised that we will now have a national league that is worth talking about.
I don't even know why our rich men are not investing in
No,
football.
princess, they go to look
It
at
is
South
very
Africa.
lucrative.
Your football, your goalkeeper came from South Africa. Is South Africa not in Africa? South
I'm
Africa.
talking about home, Nigeria.
I'm
Why
talking about,
our
yes,
big men, the
because
elites,
Africa can do it.
are
If
not
South Africa can do
investing
it,
in
yes.
sports, in
No,
especially
no.
football.
You know
It
that
is
I hear
very lucrative.
say Dangote wanted to buy Arsenal. All of them are fan of Arsenal. They have this local team there. They could have. You see, Africa will get problem. We can develop a culture. Oh, I was just saying something that day. I say, imagine if the young people, if we have a national league that is functioning, that is making. When I say functioning, not be the one that not the one government want fund do. That is making money. Premiership is not funded by the British government. Oh, Premiership is not funded by the British government. In fact, the Premiership can influence who become the prime minister. Let me put another word. Hollywood is not funded by the American government. Hollywood, they fund who will become the next American president. When I talk about productivity, this is what I'm talking about. The sports sector in Nigeria can make so much money if it is well calculated, well driven by expertise who want to make money. But you're going to get those people to make money with it if and only if the government has created that they call it, Nigeria know how to use the word
Environment.
environment. They know how to use it. Have you seen our leaders? They don't know the meaning of enabling environment.
But
You
anytime
understand?
Nigeria become, anytime Nigeria wins any match, you say our government is congratulating them. But you will not see them putting much energy.
They don't know what is match or sport.
Until we have
Is a charade.
until we have a national league that is paying money, that is and they cannot pay if they're not making money. So I will use the word, until we have a national league that is making money, these players are not going to come home. If you need it, you can continue to speak your English, because they come home, they come into to mortuary. If you are sending them from there to come to mortuary, they won't come. But if you create it, now they're going to run come home. In fact, do you know how many lecturers in abroad here? They will start coming home to come and lecture. Create a good university system. Like yesterday, 2 days ago, we talked about what the governor of Imo State said, and we said we'll kill him. The same way we now say, somebody made that statement when it comes to sports and tell us that we'll not be able to make money from sport. With all the people we are selling abroad, look at Osimhen alone, how much he's bringing home. Look at Okocha. If these people can make all this money, they come home, and even if they blame them, now not if you still invest. Kano now, you they look for a job because you don't have a job. Finish the job, you don't play abroad, you come home, you don't have a job because there was no economy, no home. You see what I say? At the end of the day, you go retire. You are retired to one place, Nigeria, and if all of us they fight for only one job, the Nigerian coach, that's a shame now, guys. In fact, you know that you don't need to you don't need to be a coach of England. You can be a coach of Manchester United and you are doing it. Arsenal, you are doing it. You understand? Nigeria now, there's only one place you want to be a coach, national team. What a shame. I'm talking to these boys, and I want you to get this. In England, if now Portsmouth, any club you feel be, coach, you are making it. But in Nigeria, there's only one job for coach, the national team. You see the challenge? You know why? Because it's only the federal government that can pay. Not that the federal government is making money, it's money from oil. Until Nigeria learn to understand that the sports sector need to make money, there will be no job for you coaches. Or even you, Osimhen, that is playing now. Tomorrow when you retire, there will be no job for you. You are not the best. You are not the best. Other people have come and gone. They are now fighting to be coached. Well, he said, West Ham, they are looking for one job. Eguavon, they are looking for one job. Only one job. Imagine saying Nigeria get league, correct, strong football local team. They will go and work there. That's where Finidi came from now. See, all these things we're saying is for our good. I'm looking for tomorrow for a Nigeria where I will retire and go home and become a lecturer in a place near my home. Thank you.
Anyway, thank you so much for that, in-depth, analysis of sports. I think that would be the way forward. We should look inward, start from home. Mary, don't worry. When we make the place, that Chris said enabling environment. I want you to hold on to that word.
Don't me. By
the time your government begins to make it conducive for them, they will come home, they will put in their best. Of course, nobody will have sugar in their mouth and spit it out and put bitter leaf. Now, it's not possible. Sure. That would be a good place to wrap up the show. Thank you, Daddy Chris and Mary, for being on the show today. And of course, we want to urge labor to keep on striving in as much you're doing what you do. Also, tell your workers to be productive. That is the word, productive. And just before we go, do not forget to follow us on our social media handle. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube. Leave us with a comment, like, share, and of course, subscribe to our page. Please share and subscribe. We need you to subscribe, especially to our YouTube, and of course, share our content all over. And don't forget also our magazine, the monthly edition is out, where you can showcase your brand. Just come and magazine and archives. It will be there for a long time, and it's something you look in the future, you see and you just smile. People see, you can use them as souvenir, use them as your give to your guest and all that. It's something that will showcase you and your brand. And also our shortlets, A, B, and B, they are there, posh. Mary used the word yesterday. Let me try and remember that word. Nothing but premium. Yeah, she said it's nothing but premium, nothing but luxury. And so if you're looking for a place of luxury, a home away from home, for your bridal shower, birthdays, conferences, after party, wedding venues, and a lot of things you can do, even working from home. Sometimes you work so much, you just need to treat your body right, you need to relax. Call us and then we'll be there for you. Everything is in place, top notch. But as Mary will always say, nothing but luxury, nothing but premium. That is what we stand for. And do not forget our Nigerian week also that is fast approaching. Oh my goodness, the energy is up and we're doing so much already to make sure that, it's a success. And we promise you as well, it's going to be nothing but, top notch. We have the film show, film festival, we have the food show, we have business summit, we have the real estate. This year we'll bring in the real estate on board. We'll bring in so much. It's going to be packed full. And of course, you can showcase your brand, opportunity to tell the world. The world is a global village, come and recon with us. Let's showcase you to the world, what you do, you as a person, your brand and all that. And of course, don't forget that is a way of us connecting as a people. Who knows, you might just meet the right person there as well. Understand what I'm saying. And also is a way of us showcasing our culture, our heritage, we as a unique Nigerians to the world. So do well to give us a call so you can partner with us. Thank you so much for being on the show. And just before we go, be your brother's keeper. Do the right thing. You don't need anybody to tell you. You already know what is right and wrong. So do the right thing. And when others they see you, they will also do the right thing. Do well to obey the traffic laws. Drive carefully. Do not drink and drive. But if you must drink water. And also remember that peace is priceless. So let's always give his peace a chance. But remember that justice also is something we should hold on to. Thank you so much. We'll do this again tomorrow. Have yourself a very lovely day.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915.
SRTV.